3v3 Calderis Refinery blue team. We've got Marutectz as a Lord General. Fights range combat begins with a retinue to help him out. Really good defense and support capabilities. This is the Death Core of Krieg DLC. Lord General looks pretty damn cool with this. Never really noticed that before. Alongside max power is a Techmarine. Starts off range combat. Good damage output. Can also support with structures and repair. And rounding off the blue team, another Imperial Guard player. It's Yarrick as a Lord Commissar. Very good offense, fights in melee combat. Can also support and begins with this shield right here. This is the Steel Legion elite scheme. Red team, I cannot select final push. There he is. Plays another Techmarine. We've also got Zevargel as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. On very good offense and disruption, fights melee in melee combat. That's some Black Legion elite scheme on show. And rounding off the teams, it's Yahya, also known as Yay, plays a Mekboy, a teleporting commander that fights range combat. Awesome damage output, can also support, disrupt, build structures and repair. He's a very versatile little orc. West side, we've got a Sentinel up, a multi-last turret, tactical marines getting involved alongside the very, very dangerous piercing damage of this Techmarine, although he's repairing right now. East side, meanwhile, stomp on the tactical marines. Not sure what they were trying to do. Melee these guardsmen, I guess. Gets forced off. Might lose a model. That Lord Commissar has a very, very frightening sidearm. It's almost 18 DPS piercing from his... Is it an auto pistol or a las pistol? I think it's an auto pistol. But it's painful. Can chase stuff down and get models where you wouldn't think he'd get them. Zevargel being a bit static in the mid. Not sure what he's up to. With Orks and Chaos, they should be able to push against the blue team pretty well early on. But double Imperial Guard and a Techmarine on Calderis Refinery could be awesome late game to defend this contested VP. Have a turret going up from max power. Bit of an odd place. Can easily be flanked around the VP, though you need to probably push off the Imperial Guard player before you can do that. Death Gun is up for the mech. Suppression weapon allows him to control big blobs of infantry. Can also teleport around while he's set up, which is awesome. Yep, suppressing some more guardsmen there. Sluggers forced off. Down goes that Mekboy, though. Was being shot at from the flank by Max. Zevargel, what is he up to? He's not helping Yahya, that's for sure. Has he been pushing the east side? He must have been pushing the east side, I guess. Final push. Forcing melee combat on some poor little guardsmen, but the Commissar, the Lord Commissar I should say, is there and does have the power sword. We see those yellow buff circles from Lead by Example, which is a great ability. Zevargel still not moving off the mid. No use sitting here too early. Maybe he's seen that turret. Here it is coming into play. Will take us a while to suppress from there, though. There it goes. Suppressed a bit quicker than I thought. Like 3 bursts and it's suppressed. There's a beacon up. Going to be a great help to Marutectz and Max over there. We've got 2 multi-laser turrets, and here comes Zevargel with his Chaos Lord at least. No sign of a combi. Yes, you do see a combi flamer. In fact, there it is. 31 piercing DPS on the move. It's awesome. He's getting shot to pieces here. There's the immolate. Look at the roasted guardsman. Almost wiped them out, but he did go down. Was soaking up a lot of damage. Just stayed there a little bit too long. Heavy weapon squad suppressing the sluggers, but down go both of those multi-laser turrets. I think they were scuttled by Marutectz rather than taken out. But an effective push by Zevargel before he went down. Burned a lot of guardsmen alive. Did they get away? Yes, they did. Got back to the beacon. Over on the east side, though, tactical marines with a flamer running into the Lord Commissar there. Really good aggressive usage of the Commissar so far from Yarrick. Need to try and focus that guy down. Does so much for an early Imperial Guard army. Yarrick, a big fan of the Fist of Brockus as well, so he might see that up in tier 3, replacing his power sword. Katachan's getting their demolition man, gives them another model with a shotgun. Or does he? Does it still give them another model? No, I don't think it does. Just gives them a health buff. Up to 1050 and the improvised explosive, of course. 411, 500. Every weapon squad being tied up by the Mekboy. Now he can try and set up and suppress this little blob here. Can he get this VP? Lord General now coming back to defend. Not sure what he was up to over there. Maybe decapping or something. Lots of Ducker on that Sentinel. Stomps on the Mekboy. Can they take out the Sentinel? Yes, they do. So much Ducker from big shooter boys with their knob leader. It's a hell of a lot of piercing damage. Lord General with his grenade launchers do some good damage, as you can see there. Look at that little bursts of AoE on those shooter boys. Help force them off, and blue team are holding the mid. 411 to 479. Zevargel is pushing the east side now. Double scouts from final push with some devastators and tactical marines. It's tier 2 for max power, tier 2 for Marutectz. Perhaps unfortunately for them, they don't have an Inquisitor on their team, so they can push forward a little bit and then drop a Bane Wolf and go to town on those generators. The Lord General, of course, can drop turrets in the mid though, which could help defend it. Max power just searing through those heretics with all that piercing damage as a sniper scout as well. But Zevargel is there to push back. Marutectz joining the fight here. So it's 3 versus 1 or 3 versus 2. Where's the rest of Zevargel's stuff? There's his CSM. His Havocs are not doing anything. Needs to push them up. Final push now in retreat. Catachun's getting some melee hits there. Everyone going tier 2. We'll see what they come up with. Maybe a plasma cannon for both of the Space Marine players, followed by Dreadnoughts and Whirlwinds. You know the drill on Refinery. How many Manticores are we going to see? That's the question. Catachuns with their Sarge queued up already for tier 2. Do we see any war gear queued up? Yep, the Mekboy has the custom force field queued. Lord Commissar has his bionic eye queued for that inspired terror. And stabilizers up for the Lord General now. That health regen, which is pretty cool. Did not decap here, Yahya. You can't decap while you're firing a setup weapon, I guess. Zevargel is bashing gens, but he's in a really dangerous position with low health CSM. Can those tactical marines finish them off with melee? With Kraken bolts, maybe. I think they're going to take him out. That was a really poor play from Zevargel. Keeping him around. Way too dangerous there. 1 hit point. Oh, they almost got away. So he's down his CSM. He's very thin with 2 units. Getting some Plague Marines up in tier 2. Why does Yarrick have no resources? What did he buy? He's getting his Commissars up. And that bionic eye. Now getting some Aura of Discipline going, which will help heal up Max Power's Marines. 2 to 1 cap hit. Yahya allowing his shooters to do most of the heavy lifting in tier 2. Can now follow up with some, in tier 1 I should say, can now follow up with some tier 2 stuff. Final push with double Whirlwinds. Auto cannon tied up by sluggers. Needs to be careful. Pushing against the beacon can be a death trap for you as much as for your opponent who's sitting there. Tank Buster Barrage almost one-shotting that turret. Will now get repairs. Not sure what the cooldown is on that barrage thing. Might want another one of those guys. A double barrage would easily take out the turret. Big burst of damage. Plasma cannon is up for max power and he's going for a whirlwind, but we do see the double whirlwind for final push. It was not a mistake, or if it was, he didn't notice it. And that could have a massive bearing on the mid of this map. He does have a plasma cannon as well. A huge amount of artillery straight up in tier 2. No sign of any manticores. Plague Marines exploding from the mid. Zevargel lost his Havocs as well. He's down to just Plague Marines and Heretics. Bloodletters are on the way. Needs to try and recover now. I think he should get some raptors up. Jump this stuff and suppress it. Setting up the bloodletters coming in. They can just retreat back to the beacon, so they're not too bothered. Final push might want to get one up in tier 2. Devastator's doing their thing. Heretics drawing fire. He's going to lose them here, Zevargel. Wow, drops another unit. Yahya now pushing west side, has double tank busters, so we might see the end. Oh, in fact, the turret was burnt down, I believe, by the Chaos Lord. Nicely done. And he has Armored Inferno on the way before he went down. There's that tank buster barrage. Not targeting the beacon, though, for some reason. And Lord General in there trying to tie things up, tying up the Mekboy, in fact. And here come a bunch of guardsmen. Gonna turn and set up and suppress them. No, they doesn't. They retreat out. Double tank busters. Are we gonna see the end of this beacon right here? Chaos Lord needs to be revived. There's a barrage. There's another barrage. They are repairing. Is it gonna be enough though? I don't think it is. No. Down goes the beacon. Nicely done from Yahya. Zevargel replacing his heretics as he should do. And it's tier 3 for max power. That is a pretty quick tier 3 for final push as well. Having got double whirlwinds up, he got that tier 3 pretty quickly. And Yahya also going tier 3. Flash kits and knobs, combined forces. We usually don't see an Orc player get both knobs and flash kits. It's usually one or the other. They usually supplement one of them with looted tanks instead of getting some more of that tier 3 infantry going. Bloodletters for Zevargel, just seeing what's going on. Blue team have the mid, 2-1. They've had it quite a lot here. Sluggers using Swampum, which gives them 40% resistance to range damage and a bit of a speed buff. They have their burners, they have their knob leader. And blue team have a very, very safe VP right now. Max power surely going for a Land Red Redeemer here. And Yahya with double tank busters and a potential beamy death gun with rocks and knobs and stuff might be able to take it down. We will see. East side is still kicking off. Yarrick continuing to try and push against that VP. And here's Zevargel going mid, and Chaos Lord is back on his feet with Combi Flamer and Armored Inferno, which can do wonders for you. Mekboy ahead of his army to suppress things, and here comes the Greenskin Horde. Zevargel is there to support. Bloodletters coming in, Chaos Lord in amongst. Down goes that bunker. Tank Busters doing so much for Yahya here. Forces off the Lord General. They might be able to get a decap, a really good sudden push from the red team. And blue team caught napping. And so much dead guardsmen, good grief. Loses a squad, that does he? No. The Commissar, no. The Commissar does not get away. Ouch. Wow, Marutectz down to a single unit now of guardsmen, no less. Lord General did get away. That was an amazing push by the red team. Really well timed to converge on this point. Bloodletters came in just in time to distract things from engaging those Orks, and they could follow up with all that DPS they have. Marutectz getting some more guardsmen, trying to recover here. Max power is not too far away from getting a Land Raider up. Needs some more wreck, but of course it does take a while to hit the field. Zevargel is the only player in tier 2 right now. He could go tier 3, but Chaos tier 2 is so freaking strong. And he has so few units, I think it might be worth staying in tier 2. Down goes the Whirlwind. Plague Marine's getting a rear armor hit there to finish it off, and they need to retreat. There we go. Bloodletters continuing to make an impact, pushing through. They can now back away. Ouch. Can now back away to that Horn Worship though. 385-272. Yahya did take the VP. Where is the mech? He's in retreat there. Chaos Lord level 5 now. Lord General forcing melee combat on the shooters there. Tank Busters struggling to kind of hit him. Bloodletters under worship and decapping. Grenade barrage makes everyone fall over, and Bloodletters can warp shift out. Got the decap there, and it's final push having to get his natural back. So both naturals being pushed quite hard. What is this? Sluggers having to get their natural rep point back there. Land Raider Redeemer is on the way. Manticore is up for Yarrick, and he's tier 3 now. Knobs on the field soon. And Zevargel does decide to go tier 3. He's got a decent amount of resources. Could get a Predator up immediately. Might want to save for a Phobos. Needs to be careful of those Manticores though. Single cap for red team. As we go into the tier 3 meat grinder of Refinery. Shooters taking the mid. There's the double cap. Going to be a 2-to-1 soon enough. It's Guardsman on capping duty there. Chaos Lord just decapped that wreck point. Nicely done from Zevargel. And he's going to tie up and harass this entire blob of Guardsmen. Armored Inferno. Let the Galaxy Burn goes off. There's an Immolate, but those guys have already run away. Techmarine for max power with absolutely no war gear right now. Killed a weak, nicely done. Can stay here harassing this stuff even longer. He's going to try and get a decap. No, not sure what he's up to now. Oh, he's in retreat. There we go. 300 to 272. Is there still 2 whirlwinds here for... No, there's the remains of one of the whirlwinds for final push. But still has another. No sign of a beacon yet. Plasma cannon is perched on the VP. Don't see that very often. Hitting Yarrick stuff if it tries to come after it. We do have the Fist of Brockus. Yes, we do. Good plasma cannon hit there. And we have the Bionic Eye giving it Inspire Determination, not Inspire Terror. Inspire Terror is the one that executes enemies, of course. Smack. Tank Buster Barrage onto the plasma cannon. Might have wanted to save that for the Land Raider. Here comes a Knob Squad using Frenzy way too early. What was he doing? Wait for them to draw fire before you use it. That's a Manticore strike there. Wow, almost one-shot some heretics. Knob Squad are forced to retreat. Use Frenzy way too early and use the Tank Buster Barrage, I think, before he saw the Land Raider. But now they know it's there. And Zevargel, down to just 2 units again, is going for a Phobos. Final push has Terminators. Could get the Cyclone Missile launcher up to try and hit that Land Raider. Can do a hell of a lot of damage to a large target, those missile launcher cyclone type things. Plasma gun Guardsman for max power. Double plasma Guardsman, really? I guess he wants to shoot down final push's stuff really bad. Level 6 Chaos Lord. Here's that Phobos. Can use it to help push against the Land Raider. It's a hell of a lot of AV. Double tank busters, knobs, and a Phobos. Do we see the beamy? We do not see the beamy from the mech. Final push being annoying with his tactical marines in heavy cover and burning down some guardsmen. Good grief. Inspired Determination on the Catechins turns them into absolute lunatics. And Cyclone Missile Launcher is up. 242 to 265. Fist of Brockus, none shall fall, is now up. You need to focus down that Commissar. So many players do not do it. Can be hard to pick him out in the mass of guardsmen. If you can't pick him out, or you don't think you can focus him down, you should do what Final Push is doing here and just back away. Wait for it to run out. Does take a while though. Now he's focusing down that Commissar and forces him to retreat. That's a Manticore strike and he knows it. Forces the plasma cannon to retreat there. Red team have lost the ground they made up. Lots of losses for Zevargel, I think, has contributed to that. Marutectz now recovering with a Manticore and a heavy weapon squad on the way. 2-1 for blue. Bloodletters coming in on that plasma, but everything can just retreat back to the Land Raider Redeemer. Is the Phobos going to push it right here, right now? Looks like it is. Plague Marines are there also. Knobs are forced to retreat. Frag Assault helping out there. Here comes the Phobos with its massive anti-vehicle damage. Oh, look at that though. Basilisk Flare. Plague Marines right in the thick of it getting shots. They are taking so much damage from that massive heavy flamer. Good grief. I think it's called a Firestorm cannon or something. That did huge amounts of damage to them. Since they are regular infantry, they actually take a lot of damage from flame weapons. 237 to 226. Terminator's called in for max power. Land Raider got pretty... No, he didn't get low. What am I looking at? What is that the health of? Something else, not the Land Raider. Phobos now under threat. Terminator is forcing melee combat. The Manticore Strike doesn't quite hit. Oh, two of them hit. Double cap now for red team. There's an Abyss. Did it wipe out? Wiped out a guardsman squad, but that was it. That was a mistake, I think. He should have waited to use that for when they pushed again. That is quite a big mistake there from Zevargel. 201, 226. Usually not worth to use a nuke in isolation like that. Use it as part of a larger engagement. Infiltrated scouts for final push. Level 3. Has some Stern Guard veterans now. Red team have the mid. They have the 2-1. So they didn't inflict a lot of damage with that push. But they did get the central VP there. Phobos now being repaired by Heretics. Is going to take them a while. Looted tank is up. Going to help him do some damage to that Land Raider. We have the battery pack for the mech. And super tough beam. That's all to support his Nob squad, which haven't done a lot so far. Using Frenzy a little bit too early, I think. No missile launch attack so far. Bloodlet is going after that plasma cannon. Can they finish it off? Looks like they are. Yes, down goes the plasma cannon. Now needs to get them out of there. Warp shift and run away then. None shall fall is up. Need to find that Commissar Lord and focus him down, or Lord Commissar as he's known these days. Nob squad moving in. They've already lost a ton of health though. Down goes the Techmarine. None shall fall has worn off. And yeah, the Lord Commissar does not want to fight that. Really does not want to fight that. Slugger's getting a bit too close to the Land Raider maybe. Looks like they are going to get away. Here's a Chaos Predator tank. No marks so far. Are they gearing up for another push against a Land Raider, or are they just going to cap mid and leave it? Wow, they need a lot of repairs on that Phobos. Maybe they're waiting for that Phobos to get repaired. Kassakin on the way for Marutectz, and red team looking reasonably good. They have decent rosters here. Max Paldo has a Land Raider and Terminators, and as long as you have that, you've got a chance. Kassakin already on the field for Yarrick. He's getting plasma guns up. Already has their sergeant there, which gives them some extra courage and allows them to cap faster, which will help get in that mid. Phobos with the Cult of Speed active on it. That's a global from the Mekboy. Kassakin hitting the field for Marutectz. What's he going to go for? Very rarely see those grenade launchers. Oh, look at this sneaky Yarrick. Using a Manticore to distract and then going for the cat. And he needs to be disciplined here and shoot the Commissar Lord, which he's not doing. He's got a good tool to use against that Lord Commissar as well with the Stone Guard veterans. Can he finish him off? Got him pretty low, but the Lord Commissar, oh, goes down in fact. A bugged synth kill. 145, 215. Exploding shot from the looted tank. Killed a bunch of stuff on retreat. Blue team looking beleaguered here. Phobos can do some great stuff with that Corn Worship, giving it +2 speed. I think it did actually get a speed buff in 2.4, as did the Land Raider Redeemer, I believe. A slight speed buff. Lots of mines there. Set off by the Cyclone missile launchers, since they are being spotted by the Shooter Boys and the Heretics there. Yahya pushing alone, not sure why. Just to keep them from thinking about capping, I guess. Just runs into tons of trouble and gets out of there. That's a repair bunker. The Chaos Predator's gone for Mark of Nurgle. There's the Dirgecaster. That is a Basilisk Creeping Barrage, not a nuke. Orbital. Nicely placed first beam on that Guardsman blob. Second beam gets a tactical squad. He's gone double missile launches here now, Max. That's pretty expensive. They do survive. Oh no, Terminator's getting way too close to trouble. And a las cannon finishes them off. Big mistake there from Final Push. Loses his Terminators. And they are struggling to push against this Land Raider. Tank Busters now doing big chunks of damage though. Marutectz down to 2 units. Final Push might want to replace those Terminators if he can. Apparently he could not retreat and loses the Stone Guard veterans. The age-old refusing to retreat bug in Dawn of War 2. Mekboy helping out to repair the Phobos, but might go down here. Missile launcher tactical marines are chasing it down to 63 hit points. Can they get that last shot? Gonna continue chasing it, I think. Mekboy almost went down. Here's the Nob Squad, and they can go after those Terminators, surely. They just used their teleport. There we go. Using their hammers to gain that momentum buff. 8% per hit. Not sure what it stacks up to, but that is a sizable buff per hit. 91 to 206. Blue team have a huge amount of VPs to make up, but more importantly, they still have this Land Raider. And red team are kind of throwing stuff away here. Down goes some sluggers. Final Push recovering from his losses with double predators here. With double missile launcher tactical marines, though, that could be dangerous. Does Max have any war gear? He has a plasma gun. There's that predator. Can this plasma cannon get a shot in before it needs to retreat? Yes, it can. Hits the Catachans and kills a couple of models. But now it's up to the red team to retake mid. It's not going to be easy with that Land Raider there. And Yahya doesn't have any nuke because he's been using tons of red for support with Frenzy and Tank Buster Barrage and the Cult of Speed going off multiple times. Blastmaster will be coming soon. Phobos is still around but needs a huge amount of repairs done. These guys need to be helping, but they're back at base right now. And it's going to be tough. Yahya trying to push blue team's natural, which is the right way to go about this, and he gets the decap. Does the Mekboy survive though? Level 7. Lord Commissar persuaded to leave. Bloodletters bravely teleporting in on the autocannon. They're going to meet a hell of a lot of damage in their face there. But these guys are now level 4. Wow, so they have 150 energy to use, meaning that they can teleport and then warp shift whenever they like, not having to wait for the energy to get back up. Nob Squad sent flying, but they're now back on their feet. The Mekboy is not here to support though, so they're going to take tons of damage very, very quickly. And again, the Nob Squad not really able to do a whole lot. Mekboy's back at the beacon over there. 91, 171. There's a 1-to-1 cap, but blue team will take their natural back. I thought I saw Call the Boys go off there, but it can't work if the Mekboy's not there, right? Level 10 Chaos Lord, wow. Try and stop some caps later on with that Armored Inferno level 6 Techmarine with Signum, with that level 7 mech. Needs to get the Beam Eluter, surely. More Terminators for max power. We might see more Cyclone as well. It's an awesome upgrade. You see it all the time these days. There's that Armored Inferno. Let the Galaxy burn. Let the Guardsmen burn, it should be called. Oh, las cannon getting shots in now, making those Predators not want to risk pushing into the mid. He might want to come around this side where the Phobos is. Can they cap mid? That is the question. Don't have any fantastic capping tools. I mean, the blue team do, because they can cap with something, maybe Terminators, and Yarrick can stand around with none shall fall active, and obviously they won't die. Gets the decap here though. This might be the saviour for the red team if they can keep putting pressure on this VP and not overextend it. There's None Shall Fall again. Need to pick out that Lord Commissar. Not doing so. The knobs are just attacking whatever's closest, I think. But look at this though. Here comes the Phobos. Taking las cannon hits. And missile hits. Wow, losing tons of health. Already good Blastmaster shot though. Makes those tactical marines run the hell away. Double Cyclone missile launcher barrage was that. That was a ton of missiles. And the Orks are persuaded to leave. The Lord Commissar did go down, so they did focus him down eventually. Going to be revived though easily by Marutectz Lord General, who's now level 9. Leaving Russ on the way. And I think blue team are just going to hold on here. Repair bunker with Land Raider is a tough cookie to crack. Nice to see the Bloodletters get to level 4. You don't see it all that often. 1825 hit points on a teleporting power melee squad that can become immune to damage is not bad at all. Not sure I agree with this Nurgle Predator though. Marco Zinc surely. And we don't see any las cannons from these Predators either. But look at this. Final Push has a Land Raider off his own. Yahya calling for the cap on the middle now. They don't actually have... Yeah, Max doesn't have a plasma cannon. So aside from the disruption from the Cyclone missile launchers, that Predator died so quick. There's not a whole lot to stop caps in the middle, and they get the decap. Can they decap mid as well? The Chaos Lord is trying to, has that Dark Halo and has 200 energy to power it. Not bad at all. Bloodlet is drawing fire, nicely done. Land Red Redeemer can use the frag assault here. There it is. Wow, giving a bunch of tactical marines. In fact, they lost the squad, but down goes the Phobos. It's now out of control. Back off that Land Raider Final Push. Taking shots from Aleem and Russ, but they do take the mid. Red team, is that enough to take this game though? Double knobs from Yahya. Can get a decap with Frenzy, surely. Going to use the tank bus at the decap and distract with the knobs, and that is an orbital, and that could be seriously bad. That's from Final Push, obviously. Knob squad, both of them in fact have been persuaded to leave. Look how much damage the orbital does on vehicles if they are caught in the blast. That was a hell of a lot of damage there. Red team have the double cap. Another Land Raid Redeemer on the way for Final Push, where he did lose it. And almost lost that Predator as well. I mean, you could say it was a hasty push from Final Push, but he did get the mid. And without the Land Raider pushing through there, I don't think they would have got it. Look, all the, are these all las cannons? No, that's an auto cannon. That's a las cannon. So you have two auto cannons and 2 las cannons. Good grief. 3105 grenade from the Kashyyykin. Level 4 shooters shrug it off pretty well though. Blastmaster being caught here, and look at those Inspired Determination Catechins. That is crazy. How fast they are, and it's 100% damage buff as well. And I think suppression immunity or something. It's going absolutely ballistic here. Makes the Lord Commissar very energy intensive with None Shall Fall and his shield, and wanting to use Inspired Determination a lot. 2-to-1 cap for the blue. They've retaken the mid. Another Phobos on the way, and Final Push cancelling his Land Raider. Why did he do that? And goes for a plasma cannon instead. I guess he... Yeah, because they have so much AV here, I guess. And he already has a beacon up to retreat back to. So he goes for some more artillery instead. Yahya with those double knobs. Have they leveled? This squad is level 3. They've soaked up so much damage, but they didn't seem to have killed a whole lot. But they've got level 3, so they must have. Catechins are going to force melee combat on this last Cannon Devastator squad and finish them off, I think, maybe. No. They don't have a melee charge. Bloodletters are there now. There's none shall fall though. Need to go after that Lord Commissar. Blue team are pushing because they don't want red team to get close to that VP. 2-1 still going. Yahya trying to push against the natural, but there's now a tarantula turret and a heavy turret there. So good luck with that. I think it's all about the mid here. They need to triple up and push mid with everything. Zevargel's second Phobos is now on the field. The Chaos Lord did go down though. And he could do a lot of work for them in this situation. Level 6 Techmarine has the plasma gun. Wants to shoot down those Terminators, I guess. Yarrick can drop a nuke. Zevargel can drop a nuke. Could be telling. 30 to 27, it's so close. Oh, down goes the Mekboy. These Kashyyykin are kicking some ass. These guys are level 3. Look at that damage. Phobos moving in. I think it might be too late though for the red team. Blue team surely have this sewn up. Land Raiders offered so much. They haven't been able to push it. Zevargel losing a lot kind of halfway through tier 2. Wasn't too great. Well, everyone's lost a lot of stuff, I guess. There's the nuke from Zevargel. Massive engagement here. None shall fall goes off, and there's the end of the game. It is blue team who take it. Red team were trying to decap the mid, and unfortunately I can't get the UI back to see the commanders and stuff at the end of the game. But I think the Lord General is definitely level 10, as was the Chaos Lord, and they have it. Nuke came a little bit late. Zevargel losing tons of stuff. The Phobos actually went down super quick. And yeah, final push as it were, getting that Land Raider killed. Got them the cap, but they couldn't hold it. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.